Postal Gang, I got a question for you. What if I told you the Chicago Bears might have one of the youngest and most dangerous offenses in the entire NFL? Not next year, not in the rebuild, this season. Year 3, Caleb Williams, a full offseason. Ben Johnson, back for round 2. A receiving room that just lost DJ Moore and somehow got more dangerous. You buying the hype? Or is this actually real? Let's deliver the package. Before we crown anybody, let's define what we're actually talking about. Because a young offense isn't just about having a young quarterback. It's about having a young core. Quarterback, receivers, tight ends, running backs, offensive line, and most importantly, a coaching staff capable of developing all of them. That's where the Bears have become really interesting. Because they aren't just young, they're talented, and they've already won with it. 11-6 last season. NFC North champions. First playoff win in 15 years. Now the question is, can this offense go from good to elite? Everything starts with Caleb Williams. Because if Caleb becomes what the Bears believe he can become, this conversation ends immediately. In 2025, year 2, Caleb threw for 3,942 yards. That's a franchise record for the Chicago Bears. 27 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. He is already showing you the tools, the arm talent, the creativity, the flashes of superstar potential that made him the number 1 overall pick. Now, he's entering year 3. Continuity in the system. He already knows the playbook. He already has the chemistry with the weapons. And remember what Ben Johnson did in Detroit as offensive coordinator? 33 points per game, 409 yards per game. Both franchise records. If Caleb takes that leap to true elite status with 2 full years of Johnson's system under his belt, the ceiling of this offense is insane. Now let's talk about the supporting cast, because this is where it gets really wild. Rome Odunze, year 3, 44 receptions, 661 yards, 6 touchdowns in 2025. He's been developing right in front of us. And with DJ Moore no longer on this roster, Rome is the clear number 1. No more splitting the spotlight. Then you got Luther Burden III, 22 years old. As a rookie, 47 receptions, 652 yards, 3rd among all rookie wide receivers in the NFL. And he ain't even close to his ceiling yet. But here's where it gets really deep. Colston Loveland, 10th overall pick in the 2025 draft, first round tight end out of Michigan. As a rookie, 58 receptions, 713 yards, 6 touchdowns. Let that sink in. A rookie tight end. If you got DeAndre Swift in the backfield, 1,087 rushing yards, 9 touchdowns. And don't forget about Kyle Monangai. When one player doesn't beat you, somebody else will. That's what makes a dangerous offense. That balance, that depth. The Bears have it, Postal Gang. But here's where I think the conversation gets really interesting. Everybody talks about quarterbacks. Everybody talks about wide receivers. Nobody talks enough about the offensive line, because none of this works if Caleb is running for his life. And remember, in 2024, the Bears allowed 68 sacks. 68 sacks, league worst. They went and fixed it. Got Joe Tooney from the Kansas City Chiefs, future Hall of Famer, multiple Super Bowl rings. Now he's here in Chicago protecting your quarterback. Darnell Wright, all-pro right tackle. Bears picked up his 5th-year option. They believe in him that much. And what happened? In 2025, the Bears allowed just 37 sacks all season. That's not a small improvement, Postal Gang. That's a transformation. A clean pocket creates explosive plays. Explosive plays creates points. Points create wins. And now that line has another full offseason together with a quarterback who knows the offense cold. That's dangerous. Now, let's compare Chicago to some of the other young offenses around football because I want to keep it real with you. Houston has C.J. Stroud. Washington has Jaden Daniels. Green Bay has Jordan Love. Atlanta has Michael Penix Jr., who might be starting to find his rhythm before injuries hit. These are real. These are legitimate. And that is exactly why I'm not ready to hand Chicago the number one spot yet. But here's what I will say. 2 years ago, this conversation would have sounded crazy. Saying the Chicago Bears belong in the conversation for the best young offense in the NFL, people would have laughed. Now, 11-6, playoff win. One of the deepest young offensive skill groups in football, they belong here. And the way this roster is trending, by the end of 2026, we might be having a very different discussion. So where do you rank them, Postal Gang? Drop it in the comments right now. Let me keep it 100 with you. There are still real questions. Can Caleb take the leap from very good to truly elite in year 3? Can Rome step fully into the wide receiver 1 role now that DJ is gone? Can that offensive line stay healthy for a full season? Can Colston Loveland build on that rookie year, or does the league make adjustments? These are legitimate concerns, and I'm not going to sweep them under the rug because until we've seen the answers on Sundays in the fall, they remain exactly that, concerns. So where do I stand? I don't think the Bears have the best young offense in football today, but I absolutely believe by the end of the season, they will have the number one offense in the NFL. The weapons are there. The run game is there. The line is there. And if Caleb Williams takes that year 3 leap, this conversation looks completely different come December. But now, I want to hear from you, Postal Gang. Where do you rank the Bears among the NFL's young offenses? Top 10? Top 5? Already number 1? Drop it in the comments. Let's get into it. If you've enjoyed today's delivery, hit that like button. It helps more than you know. If you're not subscribed yet, well, what are you waiting for? The post office is just getting started. Join the Postal Gang. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a delivery. And if you want to support the channel directly, you already know. Cash App, Mailbox Sports 3, because every contribution helps keep the post office running. Until next time, and until next delivery, this is Postman 1914. Bear down, and we gone.